Welcome back. It's Wealth and Wellness Wednesdays, and you are tuned in to the
Turnip.
Why are you so hyped? We're back.
You'll see why I'm hyped. Well, I'm hyped, man. We just had a great experience, taking Great Roots on the road. But we'll talk about that in a little bit, But welcome to Great Roots Presents the Turn Up, episode 8, season 3. This is Farmer Mac.
And I am Roots.
So Roots, let's get it started. This week in the garden, what's going on?
We're watching our crops go. As you guys know, it's fall time. So we planted our fall crops a couple weeks ago. So we have kale laid down, we have lettuce, we have Swiss chard, and I have some collard greens I planted. And I had to make sure I put some tomato cages around them. And they're like, why would I put tomato cages around leafy greens? And that's because we have chickens and the chickens are eating all the leaves from them. But we're just watching those grow and seeing how they matriculate in this next couple.
What happened to your screen?
Fall months and through the winter time.
Yeah, but we're also building those, like I said, those protective cages for not just for the chickens, but some of the other animals that are going around there. I mean, we've experienced some, I don't know what the animals are that are eating our kale, but they are, the chickens, little peck at
devouring
it. This one is devouring it. So yeah, we was able to pull up everything, like I said, a couple of weeks ago. And we started out with some tomato cages before we got some chicken, some chicken wire. That's what we're using to circulate about 2 or 3 boxes that we're going to use to start growing our leafy greens. So, and also another thing, I was going to the coffee shop this morning and I ran into a tree cutting company. They're cutting up by the stores up there. So they said they're going to dump all the wood chips in the front lot. So we'll be able to, finish off smothering all the weeds and the grass for the I think we have probably maybe 40% left of the garden, and we'll have the entire garden covered.
More like 60% of the garden we have left to cover.
You think 60? Yeah, it is a lot. It is a lot more than you're right. It's about 60. So I think with that, they cut down a lot of trees, and I was like, hey, just dump it across the street. That was like perfect. So that's what we're doing. So
yes. For details about that covering and smothering that Malcolm was talking about, we're not talking about, potatoes from the Waffle House. We're talking about how to make sure you keep your ground protected in the summer and the fall and winter months. And so just stay tuned to the end of this episode and we'll talk more about what you need to be doing over the winter months if you don't want to plant anything. So we do have some special guests, I'd say, this week, though, because as Farmer Mac said, we took Great Roots on the road.
Yes, sir. On the road, in the air, on the boat, everything.
I know, right?
So we were last week. Yeah, so we were Roots and I. We went down for one of our homegirl Red's birthday party. So we went down to Belize this past week. And just so happened at the resort we were staying at, there was a fantastic, phenomenal garden. And we were able to actually meet a few of the people, the grounds hands and the farmer. I think he'll say it in this interview. He's only been doing it for a year, and they have an outstanding array of vegetables that they're growing. And as you know, down there, I think it said 70, maybe mid 70s is the coolest that it gets. So they have, protective items that they use. So the certain things like we're talking about earlier, the leafy greens, they don't like heat. So they have that covered in a nice way, you'll see. So the important thing about this one, like I said, it was done on location. We were filming it. So the audio, you'll have to turn it up a little more just to hear our interview, but go to our fan page on tlscradio.com under the Turn Up. Yeah, and then watch the YouTube of it. You can do it right now. It's displayed at the same time that this comes on, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. So go to the fan page at tlscradio.com right now, and pop on the episode 8, season 3 YouTube, and you can follow along what we're talking about. But we did a pretty good job of giving you the visualness. You can listen on the audio. So.
Yep. So without further ado, you're gonna meet us now in Belize.
San Pedro. So you'll cut it right there somewhere.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stop it because it's easier for me to cut the video when there's 2 of them.
Oh, okay.
Today we're on location here in San Pedro, Belize. Do a little something different and nothing like grape roofs. We're in the Mahogany Bay Resort, like I said, here on San Pedro in Belize. And these gentlemen have this fantastic garden here on their property. So we're just gonna take a little tour, ask a few questions, and just, see what we can see and see how we can bring some of this imagination and hope maybe some of these vegetables back to grape roots. So, gentlemen, thank you for your time or whatever. Yeah, can you just give us a little tour and just let us know what you have and anything in there, and we'll just ask you some questions and just, because it's a beautiful space, and I know you all have a lot of beautiful sun, but I see that you all have these nets on there. So what is that for?
Normally this is for giving most of the plants shades, because this is a very hot weather climate here. So we try to plant a little bit of everything. I have some plants and fruits that just grow in cold weather. Okay. So this is almost like a bubble house, but just to give a coolness to the kind of plants that doesn't work so good in the heat.
Okay, so y'all grow everything during the season. So your cold season is coming up, like January, but that's like 70?
Yeah, not much. It's just like 7 degrees.
Okay.
The lowest.
Okay, the lowest. Okay.
The lowest.
So what are y'all prepping here right now? I see that it's empty. Oh, so you'll do chars. Oh, so y'all gonna do like leafy greens?
Yeah.
Okay, so what else besides chard? Do y'all do like bok choy, type of greens, lettuce, kale?
Yeah,
okay.
all of those.
All of those, okay. All right.
It's kind of hard here because like the carrots grows in cold weather.
Yeah.
And you get some beautiful carrots. But like our climate is hot, we have like small carrots.
Ah, okay.
Because of the kind of climate we have here.
Okay. And the soil, do y'all turn over the soil? Like I can see that it looks really nice and rich. Is it composted or is this rich?
Composted. Yeah, that little greenhouse there, where he stores his proper compost from the kitchen, the Roman bean, he does his own one.
Oh, okay. Does his own
so
composting?
all the biodegradable goes right in there. He does his own thing.
Okay. Yeah, we haven't been so successful on our composting. We just kind of throw stuff in there and we never finish it off.
Yeah, but he's a lucky guy. He's very lucky.
Oh, nice.
So everything is organic here, even his compost. Everything. Most of his fertilizer and stuff is what he does.
Oh, nice. So, I guess I know you all have we've experienced the issues with mosquitoes on the sand net. Okay, so do you all spray for that?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so how does that, when you spraying for that, how does that affect the vegetation?
Well, normally here in Belize we try to find a biodegradable one that is like a eco-friendly poison.
Okay.
That helps us to keep away the bugs, the sandflies, and all those that mess up the vegetarian. But at the same time, it doesn't have no effects to our vegetables.
Okay.
Yeah, so you see right here, he mostly gets like trims different kind of plants and he just stocks them in soil. Okay. And he does put Miracle Grow, water, and take care of it. So he does his own plants. You can see he cuts cactus and he does his own cactus. He literally doesn't buy nothing. He makes everything from scratch.
So when you grow the cactus, do you just take one of the pieces off?
Yeah, he finds the best piece of the cactus, he trims it with carefully, and then he set it in a bag with soil, fertilizer, and everything, and does wet it constantly and take care of it. And then it grows out roots, and there where he transplants it and put it wherever he feels like. And that's how he does it on plant.
Oh wow. So you buy no seeds? No seeds at all?
Like for tomatoes, carrots, stuff like that. And this is where it all happens. This is where the baby plants grow.
Okay.
The baby plants grow.
Oh, so these are your starters.
Oh.
Yeah, these are the starters.
There's the starter plant.
Okay, so we have something like this as well, but we do it inside because our greenhouse, because I guess it's almost a simulation of a greenhouse.
Oh,
We do
yeah.
the same thing. We sit there and we grow it under some lights inside the house, inside my house. And then after, when they start sprouting and get the seedlings or whatever, and then we'll plant them after when the weather starts getting warm. So we'll start again in January.
So here's the lettuce and the kale and the chard.
Yeah.
Switch
Yeah, so
chard
you
there.
see, he has a little bit of everything.
Oh, yeah.
It's everything labeled.
Nice.
So what is dragon radish?
This is new for me.
Okay.
Yes, no, I know planting. This is first.
First time?
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes.
So when these grow, you put this directly in the ground?
So cuando crecen lo pones directo a la tierra.
This, leave it more.
Uh-huh. Put out there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he
Yeah.
just grows it a little bit and then just transplant it straight up to the beds.
Okay.
We don't do like flower pots and stuff like
Okay.
that.
Right.
He just goes directly to the ground.
Nice.
Nice.
So do you do the hybrid?
At the
Mixing?
moment not.
You're doing
At the
testing?
moment not.
Okay.
At the moment not. He's working and having another greenhouse like this, but in another street, and right there he will be starting flowers and those are the little different kind of stuff. For right now, this is just the normal garden for vegetables. For right now, but he'll have one for flowers and all different stuff afterwards.
Oh, flowers?
Yeah. This is the right now. This is all he has with flowers. But his future plan is to have a whole greenhouse with flowers.
Oh, okay. All right. Los Cabos.
So then you got more compost here.
Yeah.
No tienes pollo.
You can put eggs in there.
Yeah.
he did.
Well, he does.
I asked him, did he have any chickens here?
Oh, no.
He wanted a chicken coop. He
Yeah.
really wanted because he wanted to have fresh local eggs for the kitchen for our bakery. Normally, all the things you guys eat from the breakfast, like the continental breakfast, the fruits and things comes from the garden.
Got it.
We get
So it's all natural.
we get cuatro huevos per
Farmer Mac is out here speaking Spanish, y'all. He's not good at it. What do you guys have here, chard?
Beets. Oh, man, I
Oh.
love beets. Okay, but so beets don't like heat. I see like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chard, you see.
Is this cilantro? No,
No,
it's
this is mint.
So y'all have to keep it mint. Does it ever have a problem with jumping over into the different beds?
Yeah, that's a constant fight. So
Yeah.
normally all the mojitos and stuff you guys drink, the
Yes.
mint comes in here.
So everything from this garden goes into the hotel?
Yes,
Nice.
we do use it. So it's natural, right? So
So, yeah.
everything is natural.
Farm-
It's very nice like that.
Farm to table.
Exactly.
Oh, nice.
His future is to try to get the chocolate.
Yes,
Oh,
we have
yes.
chocolate, we have chocolate mint, we have pineapple mint,
Yeah.
spearmint, what's the other one?
Peppermint.
Peppermint.
Well, yeah, he wants to try to practice different kinds of them.
Oh, yeah.
So he can practice them in the mojitos at the bar.
Oh,
for the
absolutely.
bartender.
That's a great idea. Yeah, we'll start doing that. We had a mint.
So this is onion. This is his
Yes.
onion. They're very small, you know. They're in the process of growing.
Okay.
So yeah, he tries to get the most of the stuff like tomatoes, onions, sweet pepper. So whenever you eat that ceviche in the restaurant,
Yes.
it's everything comes in.
Everything for real. Man.
So-
People's. Oh, you have to sell it. Okay.
How do you guys keep everything watered?
He does it every day, constantly.
Oh, you hand water?
Yes.
Oh,
He dedicates all his time here. This is his natural hobby.
got it. Oh, there's more beets.
But I like this bed. But look how this soil. So do you all do crop rotation, or do you always grow? Like say the onions will always be there, and the tomatoes and everything right here, or were you like next year?
Él lo cambia esto por lo contrasta, solo de un lado, no. He said he has to do it. He has to be constantly moving. Just get like have this only onion all year long. He doesn't do it.
Okay.
Onion is here. When he picks his crops, it's already 3 months, and he uses it, he will plant something else. And then he will try onions somewhere else, different beds.
Yeah. Okay, so have you ever heard like precision farming?
Precision farming.
I guess it's more like where you find like there's something that grows really good right here in this sun and in this dirt, and then you all just kind of produce it here all the time.
Dice, alguna vez veo un puesto que te crece algo como cebolla solo aquí, te crece bien. Y si porque te crece bien solo y lo haces, ¿alguna vez has hecho eso?
Sí,
He say yes. Once one of his plants is not doing good in very different locations, and he finds a perfect location, he just left it like that. Okay, it's kind of hard to try grow stuff like it doesn't grow in this kind of climate for him.
Yeah.
So he's always trying to do his best.
Okay. Nice. You said this is cherry tomatoes. So did you all just pick these up? Or this is what are they?
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, there was the beans, but he said the little pigeons got them.
Yeah, but
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he always has a constant fight with the geckos.
So this year,
so those are still growing, but see those are
this year our beans got eaten by the rabbits
Really?
before they could grow.
so we had tried to have a net like this over
Yeah,
the beans, whatever. They still get under and just ate all of them.
Well, he had a corn a time here, so he was thinking to do a little scarecrow.
Oh yeah, I was about to ask you.
What are these?
Chaya.
China.
Chaya?
Yeah, it's chaya.
What is chaya?
We locals, we use it like, we cut off the leaf, wash them, and cook them. And then we use it like spinach.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So this is almost like a spinach. So we do it with our beans, or we put it in our eggs, and we use it for breakfast.
Okay.
Chaya.
Chai.
And it does very good here in our climate. He says in the kitchen we have a menu of something called a tamal, and it brings this inside.
Okay. A tamal?
Yeah, it's like a little patty of corn baked, and they put normally chicken inside, or they put vegetables inside. It's like the mestizos. That's their kind of traditional plate.
Okay, mestizos. That's one of the 5 different cultures that
Yeah,
are here.
it's right here.
On here. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you're driving into town and you see that M, is that what that stands for?
Nah.
What does the M stand for?
I'm not sure. Most of our signs with the M is because we're going to Secret Beach.
Oh, okay.
It's part of the bar. So you can see he has his habaneros right here.
What is this?
It's just a
watermelon.
Watermelon. Okay. Oh, yes. See the leaves here?
Now, how big will these watermelon get?
He gave me one time that was like this.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a big melon. He just gave it, I just gave it to myself.
Okay.
And he
Sweet?
yeah, it's very
It's
sweet.
very sweet, okay.
He has the yellow ones, the pink ones, and the red ones.
So what are you going to plant here?
This is corn. Corn. Yeah. Acá it's corn.
Corn. We're gonna try this corn. This cucumber? Yeah, we grow a lot of good cucumber squash. I see some squash there. Yeah. Okay, now they were telling me something about the pineapples. Explain that, how you all do the pineapples, because most people think pineapples are grown on trees. But I heard here that you all cut the tops off.
Yeah, normalmente solo la arriba le cortas que así, lo sembras chiquito y después crece abajo.
Allá tenía las matas.
Just how he does the little starters, that's the same way he does with the pineapple.
Okay.
He grows them back there, the little starters, when they reach a nice little point, he transplants them. So normally you see it's only the little point comes. It doesn't grow like a tree and it sprouts out up there.
Okay.
So normally the pineapple is underneath in the root. So you just take it out, cut the top, and that's a pineapple.
Can
That's
you
it.
replant the top?
Sí, puede, sí. Yeah, he said,
Every
yes.
time.
He said that this is exactly that.
Oh.
He's reusing the tops of the old ones he already did.
So you can just keep using that one?
Yeah,
cut it?
it just kept
How
growing
many
up.
times would you use one?
¿Cuántas más veces que lo has hecho? Así que cortas de arriba, crece, lo sacas otra vez, lo cortas, creces, ¿cuántas veces lo has hecho? Seguido. Just once.
Okay.
Just once.
Okay. How you say it? ¿Cuántos años? One.
So it's a long process.
For one, you wait every day for one. Like, come on.
And he's taking care of it every day, man.
What's this tree right here?
This,
Yeah. No. Yeah, that.
That's papaya.
But I was about to say that's
Okay.
Okay.
And that's one right there.
Yeah, that's and those ones, you can see they're growing already.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when they get nice and ripe, you just pick them out and carry it to the kitchen, and that's what's used in your breakfast.
How do you know? So we had some, but they ended up being like this long, and we couldn't eat them, the okras. So we had.
Sabes que son buenos para comer porque él consiguió unos y le creció bien largo y no se entiende.
Esto llega un tiempo que él ya.
It reached to a point that it's good to eat, and then if you don't pick it before that point, it will just go big and dry.
Yes.
Oh, this is.
So like that, you
good.
have to.
How do you know it's good?
Yeah.
Can you feel it?
This is not good.
Because it's too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you feel the softness though. See, you feel that one versus that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See that? Remember ours was so hard.
This
we had.
one's good.
Yeah.
I saw a time he growed a big long one and he dried it up and he bust it open and he took the seeds inside and with that he transplanted.
Ah.
So
Can
he
you
made
take
it
the
on
seeds
seed.
out of this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I really like that how you all continue just to use and not
Yeah.
depending on that. So that's what we're working on is keeping our seeds, drying them out, and trying our own, so we can have our own, we call grapefruit seeds or whatever, and start being able to sell our seeds to different people. But like I said, we've only been doing it para 5 años. So yeah, I think when we get maybe a couple more years and stuff, and more established, it'll get better.
He just has 1 year.
One?
1 year?
1 year.
Oh, nice.
Did you do this at home?
Yeah, this is. Oh, is it elephant ear plants?
Taro. What do you guys use taro for?
But those are
It's para soup.
Soup.
yeah, so that's a
Oh.
food mostly used in the soup.
Is it just the leaf?
No, it's what's in the roots.
Oh, it's the roots. Oh.
Yeah, it's like the peanuts, right? It comes on the roots and it stuck in the roots. It's the same way.
Ah, okay. I thought it was, yeah.
Can you cook these?
The leaves?
Yes. This is good.
The young ones.
Yeah, okay. This is, we have eggplants too, but they yeah, this size our little too, but that size, our size is coming out more
yes.
round. Yeah. Nice. Man. So for these the eggplants, so everything that we've seen, is there a menu item in the restaurant that they'll use?
Hay un menú de todo esto aquí en la cocina? Yes,
So
there is.
everything. So y'all use everything that's on it. Everything. Okay. Nice.
Normally he works along with the kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah, along with the kitchen and the bar. Whatever their request for they want to use in a future menu,
Yeah.
he starts on.
Nice. That's what I was just about to ask. It's like, hey, is there a hand-in-hand relationship where
Yes,
like,
it is.
so whenever they say, hey, whenever March or springtime comes, they would have to start growing 90 days before.
Exactly.
So that okay. That's
So
that's
I'll just
true.
give him the heads up what they want
Yes.
before.
Oh man, that's fantastic. So I guess it produces. I mean, because it's not like a bunch of acreage. So you know, once this is gone, it's gone. So
Yeah.
So that's
so
the
he
only thing.
just starts over.
Yeah, start back over. So
normally what he does when he sees it's almost time for this, he tries this in another bed. So
Okay.
when this is done, by next month time he has it already in another bed. So they don't have to wait that 2-month period at time.
okay. Yeah, okay. All right. Well, yeah. Well, we appreciate. This has been fantastic. I'm so glad that we were able to stop by. Y'all gave us some time to see
Sure.
this or whatever. Like I said, this is especially from true islanders, and you know, being in a different country in the States, we see different type of urban gardens because our garden is in a city.
Oh,
It's just
all
so
right.
right in the city, so we're always looking for different ideas. So. Especially the compost, and you know, we try to compost, but we get really lazy on it.
Yeah,
And
he
nothing
works
on
hard on it.
I can see though, no. So, but yes, I appreciate y'all's time
Sure.
and everything, and you know, buen suerte on everything.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. So, all right, and that, gentlemen, appreciate y'all. We out.
It's a wrap. So it really hoped you enjoyed our field trip to Belize because you got a chance to see how other gardens look in other countries. I definitely enjoyed it. I was so super stoked when I walked past it at our hotel. I even had to make a video in real time to send to Malcolm because he hadn't got, oh, sorry, to Farmer Mac because he hadn't got there yet. It was just an amazing thing to see, especially how they do it in other places.
Yeah, and I really appreciate the part where they were talking about, basically farm to bar, farm to restaurant. Like they tell them, hey, this is what we want to grow. This is what you should be growing, so that we can have this in this, that season. And we talked before, how about eating your season? Seems like that thing is year round. And we did take some pictures of different, as you'll see on the YouTube video, they have signs of everything on their boxes. So what was that? Chaya. I wanted the one that, the one they put the soup. Yeah, all that stuff that they want. I can't wait to see if we can grow that here. So yeah, so shout out to the Mahogany Bay Hilton Resorts in San Pedro, Belize. If you get a chance to go out there to Belize, which is a beautiful country, the staff, everything was lovely. The water, everything, snorkeling with the sharks and whatnot. So that was amazing. Like I said, we was only there maybe 2-3 days or whatever, but I love island time because island time takes forever. So we was able to enjoy that. So but I think that was real, that especially that we were there in the same group together, we were able to experience that. And then in a promptu interview with them, that was, I think we're doing something right. So I hope you all really did enjoy that. And I said, click on it, and the visuals are just as good as the audio. So
So what do we got for getting to the root of things this week?
Getting to the root of things, question, kind of, I guess it comes back to what we talked about in the beginning about protecting your crops from some of the animals that were there. We talked about, somebody asked me about the squirrels, and squirrels are one of them that are really attacking our kale. Like the chickens, like I said, chickens will peck at it. These things have been devouring it. So one of the things that we've learned is that somebody was telling us, because the trees are kind of close to where the leafy greens are. So they were saying there's a special wrap that you can do on the trunk of the trees that will not allow the squirrels to get grip. So, and what happens after that, they won't go in that area because they can't get up in the tree to escape. So anytime every morning I'm going there and feeding the chickens and messing around with the chickens, they're always there, and then they'll run up that tree when I get close to them. So they don't have that opportunity. They will not be able to do that. So it's nothing harmful to the squirrels or anything like that, but they just can't escape. So they'll stop going around there, and hopefully they'll stop eating our crops. So for those people that said, if you have that squirrel problem like that, that is trees around your garden, that is one of the methods you can do to protect your product. What's the second?
Wrap your trees. The second question that we had was, what do I do to my garden in the wintertime or in the fall if I don't plan on planting any crops? So if you actually do not want to plant any crops this time of the season, you want to make sure you start protecting your ground. So what you can do is you want to protect it from the frost that's coming in the wintertime. So what you could do is you can put a tarp over top of that, and you can really secure it with just pegs on the side. You want to make sure the crops, but the soil stays warm, and that tarp will help keep it warm. And another thing you can do is you can also start to protect start creating new nutrient-dense soil. Like Farmer Mac stated, we can start to cover the ground with wood chips, leaves, and things like that. So make sure you're utilizing all those products that you have in your area, like people who are cutting trees down, people who are raking leaves. You can throw that on top of your garden, and that will help nourish the soil for the next season. And if you want to, you can even plant cover crops. I know you're like, what's a cover crop? But mainly cover crops are going to be like those plants that you're going to cover your soil with over the time of this season. And they grow to help turn the soil over. So it helps with tilling. So good cover crops are going to be your legumes, and then like your wheat-based products. So like rye, barley, and stuff like that. So your beans, and then your wheat, rye, barley, and things like that will be helpful to help turn the soil over. So that's what you can do if you don't plan on planting any crops this season. Make sure you get ready, because fall will be over soon, and spring will be right around the corner.
Yeah. Oh man, we have one last question that just came through. The question is, what time is the Braves parade for the World Series? For all you all in Houston, I know you all, make your plane tickets to come see this parade. But, by the time y'all see this, we will be the World Series champions, Atlanta Braves. Chop, chop, chop. And with that, episode 8, season 3, the Turnip, and we out.
The wrap. Chop, chop.
Chop, chop, baby.